Mr. Itani is an engineer and translator renowned for his contribution in making the Holy Quran more accessible through technology. He was born in Beirut, Lebanon. Mr. Itani pursued engineering, which gave him a solid foundation in analytical thinking and problem-solving skills. I'll agree with you there because I'm also an engineer originally. These skills proved instrumental in his later works translating religious texts. Most significant project to date is his translation of the Quran into English, a task he approached with a blend of reverence for the text and a commitment to accuracy and readability in the original Arabic. And the translation is known for clarity and fidelity to that Arabic language, as I mentioned. Mr. Itani did a groundbreaking project harnessing the AI capabilities to assist in translating the Quran. So we'll learn about his experience in the conversation he's going to share. This initiative aimed at refining the translation process, ensuring even greater accuracy while maintaining the poetic and profound nature of the original text. The AI-assisted translation project also sought to address and adapt to the nuanced meanings of the Arabic language, providing insights that are sometimes lost in traditional translation methods. Through his innovation use of technology, Talal Itani not only contributed to the field of Quranic translation, but also has set a precedent for future endeavors where technology and the Quran come together. So we'll look at, hopefully he'll share us his perspective on this and this experience of Quranic translation and how AI has assisted.
Okay, maybe many of us try to translate the Quran using AI. I mean, AI is a buzzword now. And I think when we go and ask AI to translate the Quran, the results are in a way acceptable and in a way unacceptable. And I lost the video. Are you still with me?
Yes, we are with you.
Okay, let me continue. So let's say we take a passage from the Quran and we say to AI, these are the first 7 verses of the Quran in Arabic. Please translate them to English. And AI will give us something back, the translation, VAI translation. If we look at it, we realize that some of it is good and really some of it is bad. Some of it is well translated and some of it is not well translated. So it cannot be accepted as is. It cannot be used. It cannot be published. It cannot be shared because it's not good. Yet there is a lot of value in it. Some verses are very well translated. Some words are very precise and some are not. Some sentences are clear and some sentences are mingled together. And this is because AI really is intelligent today, but it is not super intelligent. It is a good tool, yet it is really flawed. So what do? You know, I would like to use AI to translate the Quran. There is value, yet the results are unacceptable. Eventually, I developed a hybrid approach to where AI and myself are working together to translate the Quran. I use my strength and AI uses its strength. And I will walk you through the process so that others can learn from what I did and hopefully translate the Quran into other languages using this methodology. So now the project starts. I take a passage from the Quran. And of course, I have to break it into pieces because AI cannot take the whole book. It will reject it. If I say, translate the Quran, here is the Quran in Arabic, give it to me in English, it will basically reject it. So I break the Quran into pieces, maybe 20 verses to 40 verses. And I say, translate this passage 10 times from Arabic to English. And this is the Quran. Verses, for example, 1 to 20 from chapter 2. So basically, I ask you to translate it 10 times. And I say, make the translations different. Yet, I want the result to be accurate, clear, easy to read, precise, and pure. So this is the criterion, those 5 items. And of course, it's going to obey what I say, and it's going to give me 10 translations for that same passage. Now they are all different, and they are on my screen, and I look at them, and I take the cream from everywhere. Basically, I take the best sentence structure from here. I take the best word selection from here. I take the best punctuation from here. I use the 10 of them to create my own translation. So now we have 11 translations. What AI gave me, and then what I call it my translation, which is, again, the cream of everything. So this is the foundation of the work. And of course, it's not only one passage. I go one passage after another through the whole Quran. And that process maybe took months, but not years, maybe 3 months, which is a relatively very short time to translate the Quran. Yet I was there commanding AI, supervising AI, taking what is good and throwing away what is bad, taking away what is good, throwing away what is bad, to generate this new translation. And of course, the work is not done. Maybe it is done. And I take it and I compare it with the other translations that are available, including my own translation that was published 12 years ago, which I translated mentally myself without technology. In my opinion, it is clearer, easier to read, more precise, purer than everything that's around. So the next step was to, well, what if we can improve it? So it gave me, together we produced a good translation. What if we can improve it? Again, I break it up into pieces, and I say to AI, I translated this to English. This is the Quran, verses, 50 to 70 from chapter, whatever. Please improve it for me. So it gives me back an improvement, what it thinks is an improvement. And some things are improved and some things are worse. It's the nature of the eye, of AI. It hallucinates, it gives some good things, it gives some bad results. So again, what I do here, I take the cream from that improvement. So if a word is really improved, I take it. If a sentence is really improved, I take it. And I put it into this original translation. So basically, this project is like a multiple choice project. I'm not sitting and translating and thinking how the sentence can be written and how it can be written in a better way. I'm not scanning the English language, trying to find the perfect work. This is very hard work. And Dr. Safi, you've done it. I've done it before. This is what I did now is a lot easier. It's like a multiple choice. It's like going through a test, and instead of writing an essay, basically it's a multiple choice test. So we went through this improvement phase, asking AI to improve this translation. And I look at it, yeah, it is improved. And of course, some improvements are small, some are major improvements. And if we take 6,300 verses and each verse 5 little improvements, that's 30,000 improvements, roughly. And I went through these improvements multiple times. So basically, not only one pass of improvements, maybe 10 of them. Asking AI to improve the improved translation. So basically, we're translating gradually. It's a progressive translation. And that's the foundation of the project. Now, once it is all done, okay, what do we do now? We have to edit it. So I ask AI to read it for me, to read it out loud. And I put my headphones on and I listen to it and try to detect problems, because I know the Quran well, of course. I know Arabic and English very well, of course, so that I'm capable of finding problems. And I go and I correct. So now the translation is a little more, with less problems, with fewer mistakes. And I do that maybe twice. And that process may take a week or 2 weeks, not a very long time. Now comes more editing. So I take a passage and I say to AI, here is the Quran in Arabic, and I give it the Arabic verses. And I say, I translated these verses to English. This is my text in English. Please compare them and find problems between the two, find mistranslations between the two. And it did that very well. AI did that task also very well. So it comes back and it gives me a list of problems, but I cannot take them as is because some of them I intended them to be that way. Yet some are very legitimate, really mistakes, problems, mistranslations, whatever, different things. So then I took that and I ported these suggestions into the translation. And not only one pass of editing, maybe 10 of them. It's like asking 10 scholars to edit your translation. But do you trust the scholars? Yes, but you have to check their work. And this is how this editing process was done. And I use different words. So I can say, look for mistranslations. I can say, look for problems. I can say, look for inconsistencies. And I've gone maybe 10 times through the process of this editing. And then the last steps were, please find the grammatical errors. Okay, so that's easy. But again, it comes back with a list of grammatical errors. Then I can say, make sure it is poetic enough. Okay, that step happened before the editing. I forgot to mention it, so I'm mentioning it again. I'm mentioning it here now. Part of it is, try to make it beautiful, try to make it poetic, try to make it smooth to read. Make sure a wide range of readers can understand it. So basically, it's a hybrid approach, myself and AI translating the Quran together. The project was completed and it was published, and I built a website where it is published, and you can go and read it and check it out. It is at surequran.com, SURE, Quran, QURAN.com. And you can read it, you can listen to it, you can download files, text, audio, PDF, and there is a hard copy, more than one hard copy, and there are links there if you need a hard copy. So why this hybrid approach? Why together, and why myself and AI? Just because AI is not advanced enough today to translate the Quran. It is not smart enough to translate the Quran, yet it is helpful. There is a lot of value in it. So basically, my strength and the strength of AI were, met. The project, I think it was a 1-year project where basically full-time me behind the computer doing this work. Is it a long time? Not really. People spent years, 6, 7, 8 years, 5 years to translate the Quran. So this is a 1-year project. That's not long. And then finally I said, let me ask AI to rate this translation. Please AI, give me your opinion about this translation. And really, I was surprised. I mean, really, it was blown away by the quality of the translation. And I will not read this now. This is not the domain for that. Where do we go from here? In my opinion, translations must keep evolving. Translations of the Quran must keep getting better and better and better and better. So I encourage others to use some of these techniques to make even maybe this translation better, or make translations into other languages better. And there is a lot of room for improvement. A lot of translations, a lot of languages, in my opinion, don't have excellent translations into English. Something else I experimented with. English is central to AI. AI does English very well because it was trained mostly on English. It can do other languages, but not as well as English. So what we can do is we can translate using AI from English to, say, French. So effectively, we have went from Arabic to English to French, yet a very good French translation. So we can go from Arabic to this English translation to Urdu or to Turkish or to German, and the result is still excellent. And of course, we can use some of these techniques of improving and editing using AI and other.